Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to discuss about two important oilseeds, sesame and Niger. First one is sesame. In this image, we can see the sesame plant. Sesame scientific name is Sesame indicum. Family is Pedalaceae. In so many competitive exams, they have asked about this sesame family. You should remember this one, Pedalaceae. And it is the oldest oilseed used by the human beings. And sesame seeds consist of 38 to 54 percentage of oil of high quality and 18 to 25% is protein. And sesame, it is also known as queen of oil seeds because it consists of high quality polyunsaturated fatty acids. They prevents the oxidative rancidity. That's why they are healthy, which is why it is called as queen of oil seeds. And sesame is a quantitative short day plant. I think you know the difference between quantitative short day plant and qualitative short day plant. Quantitative means it needs short day for flowering and reproductive stages. Even if short days are not present, that the flower formation will be delayed. But in qualitative short day plants, if short days are not present, that flowering reproductive phase won't happen at all. It waits until the short days, then only flowering will happen in qualitative short day plants. But quantitative short day plants, it happens, but there will be delay. And the sesame crop, it needs 500 to 650 millimeters of rainfall, and it can be grown on a wide range of soils. But drainage is very important. It cannot tolerate excess moisture or waterlogging conditions. And the optimum pH range is 5.5 to 8. And acidic and alkaline soils are also not suitable. It is highly sensitive to day length and temperature. That's why short days are required. And the optimum temperature for germination and flowering initiation is 25 to 27 degrees centigrade. Below 10 degrees centigrade, this germination and flowering initiation both will be inhibited. That means both won't form. Sesame, it is known as a drought resistant crop. It cannot tolerate excess moisture conditions, but it can tolerate low moisture conditions because it requires very less amount of water for its growth. That's why it can be grown in dry lands also, and it withstands high degree of water stress. But during pre-establishment stage, in seeding stage or establishment stage, it needs water. Once it is established, it tolerates this high degree of water stress, and it grows on stored soil moisture also. Here we can see the reasons for low productivity. Generally, pulses and oilseeds have low productivity in India compared to other countries. There are so many reasons behind this. First one is a large number of diseases and pests for sesame, poor crop husbandry, poor agronomic management practices. Generally, farmers cultivate these pulses and oilseeds on low fertile lands, small and marginal lands, dry land areas without irrigation facilities. That's why productivity is very low, and it is having poor plant population and limited use of improved seed. Till now, less research has been done on sesame. That is also one of the main reasons for its low productivity. And slow transfer of production technology to farmers. There is extension gap. Seed rate. Optimum seed rate for sesame is 5 kg per hectare. But while broadcasting up to 7 kg per hectare is required, we know broadcasting is just we generally broadcast the seed in the field without proper spacing. That's why more seed rate is required. For row sowing, around 2.5 to 3 kg per hectare is needed. And optimum spacing of sesame is 13 to 15 centimeters. And recommended dose is 40 kg of nitrogen, 40 kg of phosphorus, and 20 kg of potassium. In some areas, 30-30-20 is recommended based on moisture content and climatic conditions. This sesame is having a taproot system. This root system is very well developed in late maturing types, whereas early maturing varieties they possess sparingly branched poor root system. As we have already discussed, root growth is inhibited by excess soil moisture, and sesame has also low salt tolerance, and stem is light green to purple. Branches are angular, straight, and average height is 1 to 1.5 meters. Here we can see that sesame crop duration is around 85 to 90 days. Some late maturing types they may be having 100 days duration also. In those long duration varieties or late maturing types, root system is very well developed. Whereas short duration varieties, root system is not very well developed compared to late maturing types. Water management. Usually sesame is grown under rain-fed conditions because if irrigated conditions are present, generally farmers will go for cultivation of cereals like rice, maize, and wheat. Under rain-fed conditions, dryland conditions, they consider these pulses and oilseeds. That's why their productivity is very low. If irrigation facilities are present, it may be irrigate the field capacity after thinning the operation. Thinning means just reducing the plant population such that optimum plant stand is present in the field. Thinning operation, it is a very important management practice in sesame. It is generally done after 10 days after the sowing, after a whole crop is established, and at maturity stage, before pods begin to mature, stop the irrigation. Irrigation at stages like branching stage, flowering stage, pod formation stage, all these stages it will improve the productivity of sesame. If only two irrigations are present, it is better to irrigate at vegetative phase and reproductive phase. In case of single irrigation, it is best to give at reproductive phase. You just remember for every crop, flowering stage, reproductive phase, it is very important, and yield also determined by this phase only. That's why we should maintain optimum moisture conditions at this stage. Compared to vegetative stage, this flowering stage is very important. That's why if only single irrigation is present, it is better to give at reproductive phase compared to vegetative phase. In not only in sesame, in every crop. Sesame, it is sensitive to weed competition during the first 15 to 35 days after sowing. That's why two hand weedings are required, first at 15 days after sowing and second at 35 days after sowing. Herbicide usage is very less under rain-fed conditions. You see, even for herbicide application also soil moisture is required. That's why under irrigated conditions herbicide usage will be more. Under rain-fed conditions, dryland conditions, herbicide usage will be less, because even if you apply herbicide in the rain-fed conditions, if there is no soil moisture is present, it won't show or it won't be having any effect on the crop, and it won't control the weeds. That's why no need of using herbicides. It will be wastage only. And if little bit of soil moisture is present, it is better to use pre-emergence herbicides followed by one hand weeding at 30 days after sowing. You know, pre-emergence herbicides generally they are applied after 1 to 3 days after sowing. Harvesting. These harvesting indicators are plants start yellowing and starts drooping. Drooping means just hanging downwards, and the bottom capsules are lemonish color. All these are indicators of harvesting maturity. When crop shows these all symptoms, just pull out the plants, and we should harvest during morning hours only. Cut the root portion and stack the plants in bundles for 3 to 4 days, and we should sun dry the sesame around 6 to 7 days before storage, because if moisture is present during storing, this pest will attack, because high moisture conditions they are favorable for so many pests and diseases. That's why immediately after harvesting it is better to store sun dry the crop. After that we can go for storing. This sesame, it is having some special characteristics. These all points are very important from exam point of view. It is known as queen of oil seeds, and sesame oil is generally colorless. Sometimes it exhibits dark green or deep reddish yellow color. Principal protein of sesame is globulin. And sesame protein, it is rich in sulfur containing amino acids like methionine and tryptophan, but lysine is absent. You see here, tryptophan and methionine both are present, but lysine is absent. And bulk of sesame oil produced in our country, it is used for edible purpose only, and it is also used in the manufacturing of soaps, cosmetics, perfumes, and insecticides. Here you see globulin, it is the principal protein of sesame. You remember this point, this is very important. And sesame seed protein content varies from 20 to 28 percentage, and oil content it ranges from 48 to 55 percentage. Among all oilseed proteins, the sesame seed proteins, they are highly nutritious because they are rich in methionine and tryptophan. It has the sesame oil has constituents like sesame and sesame oil. The sesame cake, oil cake, it is rich in protein, vitamins, and minerals. That's why it is used as a livestock feed as well as poultry feed also. And for all oil seeds, you should remember this oil content and protein content also. Next one is Niger. It is a minor oilseed crop. It is grown in very less area in our country. Niger's scientific name is Gujosia abyssinica. It is tolerant to drought. That means it can grow even under low moisture conditions also. It is less susceptible to attack by animals, birds, insects, and disease. Niger is a minor oilseed crop that is grown predominantly under rain-fed conditions, and the seed contains 37 to 47% oil, which is pale yellow with nutty taste. Nutty taste means like chocolate taste and pleasant odor. That's why this oil is used for culinary purposes. Culinary purpose means for cooking purpose, and anointing the body. Anointing the body means body massage purpose, and manufacturing paints and soft soaps for lighting and lubrication. It is a good absorbent of fragrance of flowers. That's why it is highly used in a perfume industry. And this is also very important bit. Oilseed which is mainly used in perfume industry, that is Niger, because of its nice fragrance, and it can be used for birth control and treatment of syphilis disease also. And Niger seed cake, it is a valuable cattle feed, particularly for milch cattle, and this meal contains 30% of protein and 70% of crude fiber. In general, in India, you highly use linseed cake for feeding the calves. This linseed cake can be replaced by Niger because of high protein content and crude fiber, and it is less in cost compared to linseed. This Niger, it is also used as a green manure. It increases the soil organic carbon after continuous cultivation. Here we can see the optimum conditions for Niger cultivation. It needs a moderate temperature of 18 to 23 degrees centigrade. Above 30 degrees centigrade, flowering is adversely affected, and maturity hasn't. Hasn't means quick maturity. And Niger requires moist soil to grow properly. It can be raised in wide range of soils from clay loam to sandy loam, sand and gravel soils, and it grows well under light black soils or brownish loam with sufficient depth. And it can withstand slight alkalinity and salinity also, but sesame it cannot withstand this saline and alkaline conditions, even acidic conditions also. But Niger it can be grown in slight alkaline and saline conditions. It can be grown in all soils from sandy to deep clay loams, but ideal soil for Niger cultivation is red loamy soils. Niger generally prefers neutral soils. It mainly grown as a rain-fed crop, and it is sown from middle of June to end of July. This Niger crop duration is around 70 to 80 days, and its productivity is very low compared to other seeds. Around productivity is only 300 to 400 kg per hectare. Seed rate it depends upon method of sowing. In every crop, seed rate depends upon method of sowing only. Broadcasting it requires 8 kg per hectare. For seed drill method, optimum seed rate is 5 kg per hectare, and spacing is 13 to 10 centimeters. This optimum plant population is around 2,50,000 to 3 lakhs plants per hectare. In exams, recently they are asking about plant populations also. So For every crop, you should remember seed rate, both seed rate and plant population. And the recommended dose of fertilizer is around 20 kg of nitrogen, 20 to 40 kg of phosphorus, and 10 kg of potassium. First weeding, it is generally needed at 15 to 20 days after sowing. Cuscuta cainensis and Cuscuta hyalina both have become a major problem in Niger cultivation. And Cuscuta is also a problem in leucine cultivation also. So for this reduction of Cuscuta, seed should be obtained from Cuscuta free areas, and Cuscuta seed should be separated with 1 mm sieve also. And pre-sowing application of or pre-plant incorporation of flucloraline or pre-emergence application of pendimethalin both controls the weed effectively. And at 30 to 35 days after sowing, one hand weeding is necessary. Generally, this Niger, it is grown in the Kharif season, that means rainy season. That's why it is seldom irrigated. Seldom irrigated means it is less irrigated or not at all irrigated. But if irrigation facilities are present, this productivity can be doubled because it is grown under rain-fed conditions also. It is grown under only rain-fed conditions. If we give some irrigation, 1 or 2 irrigations, that productivity can be increased and doubled also. And irrigation may be given at seeding stage. During the establishment stage, one irrigation is necessary. This crop, it should be harvested when the leaves dry up and head turns blackish in color. These are the harvesting indicators in Niger. After harvesting, we should dry this Niger in under sun drying method for a week. After that, threshing can be done. This Niger seed, it generally consists of 40% is oil and 20% is of protein. And Niger oil is pale in color. Here you should remember how much percentage of oil it is having, how much percentage of protein it is having. And raw oil has low acidity. That's why it can be used directly for cooking. And Niger, it is highly used as a culinary purposes, that means cooking purposes, because it is having nice taste and odor. Niger oil, it is also known as premium oil because of it consists of high linoleic acid content, good taste and aroma. If low grade oil is present, it is used in the manufacturing of soaps and paints. It can be used as a lubricant and body massage oil. Because of its nutritious content, this Niger cake, it is also used as an animal feed like poultry feed. That's it for today. Thank you.